We're on. Okay, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA here today with Jack Jenkins, newly signed UFC contract in hand, ready to rock and roll, and got the call for your first fight, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel awesome. Given how quickly the turnaround was for my last one, I'm rapt to have a really nice long lead in.
That's it, man. And you mentioned before that this is like kind of in one hand you've kind of done really well, got to the top of the food chain in Australia. Now you're starting again, bro. Starting fresh, like you damn it. There you are.
Sorry,
Yeah. So you,
I had a timer go off to
no worries, bro. Waiting for Jack. He should be back any minute.
All right, it should be good now. Back.
There's Zach. He's back. Yeah.
Sorry,
So
guys.
no worries. As I was saying, bro, we just you've got to the top of the food chain in the Australian scene, and now you're kind of starting again, man. Like you said, the journey's only really just beginning. Even though on one hand it's got to the top, you're starting again, bro. So how does that feel psychologically, man? Like now just kicking off again. Now you're at the world stage.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I absolutely feed off that. And that's been a pretty consistent theme throughout all of my fights. Like from my first one right through was that I was never talking about, oh, I want to get to, I want to get to the UFC. It was always like, I want to be one of the best guys in the UFC. I want to get to that top 10. I want to break into that top 5.
Yeah.
So now it's a great opportunity because there's no ifs anymore because there's so many ifs before then. It's like, if I get the right run, if the UFC's here at the right time, if I get picked up. Whereas now it's all on me now. If I win fights, I'll get there. There's no, there's no external factors, injuries and all things aside, that are going to stop me from doing it.
And man, how sick is the timing, man? Like Perth, UFC Perth coming up when you first get your first fight to be in your hometown. That's like awesome timing, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm so lucky to be able to have a fight in Australia. It would have been, you know, I'm sure the guys who were in the UFC already who went through COVID and weren't able to fight at home at all, they'll all be pumped to be home. The card's going to be huge. You've got a few new guys like myself who are going to be in there, so it's just going to be an unreal vibe there, I think.
Yeah, man, it's going to be amazing. And like you said, it's kind of a big stressor to go to another country. Apart from the jet lag, just being in a different place, finding the food, getting settled, and everything. But to be in your own country is just going to make it a little bit easier for you, especially on your first big fight there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You'll go through, I'm sure I'll go through all the normal stuff that you go through before a fight, but it'll be like somewhere
That's
familiar
it, man.
foods and sounds and smells all around.
So, who else you reckon will be on the card, bro? Having a guess. Your mate Jimmy Crute's mulletless now. I'm a bit disappointed. I hope he still retains his power, but hoping
Yeah,
Jimmy Crute gets on as well.
yeah, Jimmy will be on, I think. Jimmy, myself, Jake, Matthews, Josh Coolabauer should get on. Jack Dallas should get on. And then up the top of the card, you're going to have like Ty, maybe. Volko, definitely. Whitaker, definitely already locked. Yeah, it's going to be huge. And if we end up, I'm praying, because just as someone who enjoys the sport, I'm praying that we get Cejudo and Sugar Sean. Like, that would just be huge. Because we were looking at Cejudo and Aljo, but Aljo doesn't want to fight for 6 months, which, fair enough. He's got to do what's right for him. But I would love to see like a Henry Cejudo and Sugar Sean O'Malley into a title fight or something.
That'd be amazing, man. Like just to get that level of interest in the Australian side because those some massive names, man. Massive online presence, right? What did you think of that fight, bro? Everyone's fucking talking about it, but what do you think?
I just thought it was close. I thought it was a close fight and it could have gone either way. I can make the argument for O'Malley for you or make the argument for Yan. All the people who are talking about, oh, it's a robbery, all that sort of stuff, they just don't really understand how the scoring works. Like, yeah, you can sit there and say, I think Yan won. Or you can sit there and say, I think O'Malley won. But to say it was a robbery or it was bullshit or, the UFC rigged it because they wanted O'Malley to win, it's like, that's rubbish to me. Because O'Malley fought really well, and he's shown. I think the big takeaway from that is that O'Malley is a genuine world-class bantamweight.
Yeah, man, it was a good one. I actually had some money down on O'Malley in a parlay, so I was up screaming at the screen at the end, and he got it, so that was all right.
Yeah.
That's it, man. So also on that Australian card, I'd also hope that they maybe introduce a few people from Australia into the card as well at the bottom end, because it'd be good for the scene, you know, if they can sneak a couple of extra Aussies in, maybe first time in UFC or something like your Urseg or someone to sneak in will be good. So let's see how they go.
Yeah, I think Usyk deserves it. But um, you know, look at the upper echelon of what we did. You know, Steve and I won our eternal belts on the same night. So, you know, you just do it that much and go, well, Steve probably deserves a shot. And considering what happened to him with the series, I think Steve's the big one. But there's still 3 months between now and then, you know. So there's other guys. That's the thing about the UFC. You can't, apart from Steve, I don't know if anyone stands out right now. So you've got to try and get some fights in between now and then, or one good fight in between now and then, and put your hand up and make yourself known to be in there. Because even at those other weights, you've got guys like me, Jack, Jimmy, they're all flying in opponents for us. The chance that someone gets injured on that 12 fight card is huge. So, and there's fights in every weight class. That's the thing. If you're a fighter and you're in that top class, you want to be having a fight like December, winning convincingly, and then you want to be staying fit and just hoping that the UFC gets a call to you sometime at the end of Jan or the start of Feb. That would be, if I wasn't in right now, that would be exactly what I would be doing.
That's it, man. Did you watch your old opponent Rod Costa's fight the other night? That wasn't a bad fight against Etchell.
No, I heard it was the old tale, the same one that happens where people punch and get really confident in the punching and striking, and then they end up overcommitting a little bit and getting a bit too tall, and then they get taken down and get their back taken, and then they get choked.
Yeah, it was good though. He came to fight, man. He looked fittest that I've seen him, Etchell. So he was coming in hard, but yeah, he just got taken into the area, into the ocean, right, and drowned, as they say. you know.
Yeah, turn
That's
your
what it is.
back was that in jiu-jitsu. You just can't afford to turn your back on the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rod, good on him. He's got 2 wins over the 2 guys fighting for the featherweight belt now. So you know it's interesting to see what happens with that division now that I'm gone.
Yeah, true, bro. Man, so on the UFC, it's in Perth, February 12th. You're fighting shameless Don Shainis, man. An experienced guy, fought in Beleda before. 12 wins, 4 losses, man. It's trial by fire every time someone fights in the UFC, man. First fight against a strong guy, man. Like, he looks tough. What are your thoughts when you first look at him?
Yeah, that's what exactly in my post-fight press conference immediately after I finished my contender fight. I said, "Hey, this is murderer's row now. So there's no more easy fights. There's no can I get a good one in. There's none of that. This is the best of the best. It's Top Gun. So uh, I was expecting a tough fight, and that's what they've given me. Guys, 12-4. He's a bit older than me. He fights at. He was a former double champ. He was a 45 and a 55 champ in his previous organisation. Um, but yeah, this is where we're going to find out whether I'm just all talk and I want to get to that top 10, or we're going to find out whether I'm the real deal and I'm business. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting everybody to see.
Yeah, man, he's got his strengths. Having a look at him, I heard him mention he's a ground and pound specialist, and you see that he's got good positioning, right? Like once he gets to the ground, he's got good balance, good positioning. Likes that top position. Like you, he likes the calf kicks, man. So he throws a few calf kicks. Pretty wild with the flurries of punches and that, right? And looks like he's not that comfortable on his back, although he's got a couple of good sweeps and that. Yeah. Other than that, he looks a
Yeah,
little bit wild, a little bit messy. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit wild. Closest distance, well, he kind of reminds me of like an old kind of Frankie Edgar, Uriah Faber type. You know, comes forward with those big looping shots, tries to get you on your back and then stay on top. Um, yeah, so we'll see how it plays out when we get in there. You know, I've said it before, but often it's hard for me to prepare super specifically because once people stand in front of me, it kind of changes the way they do things. So he'll come out and he'll go wild for a bit, but once he understands the distance is different with me, then we'll see how it plays out from there. And if he
Yeah,
wants to play the kick game, then let's do it.
and we'll
I'm there for
see.
that.
Will we
Stand and
get
see.
Jack the striker or Jack the wrestler this time, man? We just don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
he doesn't know. That's the thing.
Yeah. Hey, bro. The one thing I was looking at is he likes that single, right? Like it's a variation of a single, right? He grabs a leg and pushes and moves forward. He does it nearly every single fight. Like that's his takedown. So something to look out for, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a whole heap of his stuff. Yet I've just got both of my coaches have had fairly in-depth looks, and we're back in the gym now, so they'll start building that stuff into what I'm doing pretty soon.
Yeah, from my perspective, it seems like the centerline attacks kind of work pretty well for him, man, because he's loops of punches. So, punches down the center. He gets caught in with knees as well and a bit open for the plum. You've seen that in that Sadiq Yusuff fight. He just, smashed him with knees to begin with. And a couple other fights, he also got caught in the plum clinch for a minute and need. Front kicks, uppercuts. I reckon all the centerline attacks work with him. I guess it's because he's a little bit shorter and I think his guard's not so good down the center. But yeah, you got to
Yeah,
watch that leg. Don't get that leg because he likes grabbing that leg and then he gets in that dominant position. But yeah, that's what I
yeah,
kind of see from him. Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Uh, so yeah, I'll prepare for it. I'll be ready, and you can guarantee one thing: I'm going to be real fit. I'm going to be real switched on, and I'm going to be going in there to make a statement on that. So
Cool.
he'll come in and he'll do his thing, and I'll do mine, and I'm really confident that I'm going to get it finished probably in the end of the first, start of the second round.
Bro, is it and on the whole contract thing, man, has anything changed in your life at all with that? Has it opened up any doors or anything like that? Any more increases in sponsorship or anything?
Yeah, well, I'm expecting a call. Maybe by the end of this week or start of next week. I went to a luncheon and sort of did a bit of a Q&A with a group of people. And then a few of them were pretty taken by my story and came up and spoke to me and said that they'd like to sponsor me. And they're, fairly successful movers and shakers in Melbourne. So yeah, whether anything comes of that, they've got my number and they'll call. I'm hoping some stuff comes up, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, the only thing that's changed now is now from this fight, I should be earning a little bit more money. It'll be it'll be nice, especially if I get those bonuses. But I'm trying to do all the right things, like do more of this media stuff, do as much as I can, make myself available to talk to people, get my name out there as much as I can, so that I can squeeze as much as I can out of it in the short time that you get to be an athlete. Because you don't get long at it, and then it's a long time looking back, thinking, I wish I had done more. I wish I hadn't, I wish I had put myself out there a bit more. I don't want to look back and ask questions about that sort of stuff.
Man, I think you're a good representative for some of these companies, man. If someone wants to sponsor you, a good representative as far as your person you are and the way you speak and everything. I reckon keep working on those. That post-fight speech you did a while back when you said everyone to watch me now and all that. Mic drop. That was an awesome one. That was a really emotive speech, man. So keep on that stuff too, bro. Like keep thinking of what you're gonna say and keep it. Start to build that persona in this organization, eh?
Yeah, that's the plan exactly. Just try and find the pieces of myself that shine and people are attracted to, and then show them. That's what I'm gonna do.
Cool. Okay, man. Well, best of luck, and it's a long way until then. I'll probably try and catch you at some point a bit closer, but I saw it come
Yeah,
up, and I just want to have a quick chat with you, bro. Looking forward
are you
to it. It
gonna
gets me excited.
are
Say again, bro. You cut up.
you gonna come to Perth?
That's February. It's hard to know because the problem is in Macau they still got quarantine for when you come back here, so it's hard with work. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. If it eases up, I'll probably definitely. I'd say definitely if it eases up. But right now they're not talking about it easing up yet, so we'll see. Yeah,
Oh well, it'd be good to have you over there. If you end up coming, let us know. Got something.
yeah, for sure. If there's no quarantine, 100%, I'll book a flight over. Yeah, cool. All right, man. Thanks for your time once again.
All right, Toby. Thanks for having me.
Just take it easy, bro. Bye bye.